Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first match of the day. It is in fact the second match of the Clan War though, because unfortunately Bishu was a no-show for Team Ripping. But it is now going to be Marwin versus Mona, aka Runa, on Aquatia City, I believe. This is the 4-player Tau-Cross map, so Marwin, of course, going to spawn up here at the 12 o'clock location, and Runa, aka Mona, going to spawn as the yellow Protoss here at the bottom. I'm just going to call him Runa, because the other name is slightly dodgy. Is the music too loud? Oh wait, wait, I need to turn this down. What did I have it? Did I have it at like -10? I think I had it at -10. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay. Is that better, guys? Hopefully better. Anyway, let's see what's going down here. Nothing too crazy. It's all flat map, right? Like Tau-Cross. So, could see some shenanigans. I hate this pylon positioning, though. Does anybody else hate this pylon positioning? He put it in the place that would give him literally the least amount of space to put buildings, right? Because you don't really want to build them like in your mineral line. So he's got like a quarter. He's got 1 quadrant of space. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick, guys. I have the infinite sickness going on right now. It's a little bit sad. Man, it looks like we're gonna have a 1x expand here from Marwin. That seems to be the go-to build on this map. Is it just me or is my scroll speed like really slow here? Wow, my game response is just slow. Is that what's going on here? The game just feels a little bit slow to me. I don't know what's going on. Did I like host the wrong game speed or something? That seems okay. FPS cap? Oh, do I need to enable S? Oh, maybe I should enable FPS cap. It's still kind of slow. It's kind of like laggy response. Is that a core? Yeah, it's a core. Anyway, got the good old wall out of the front. Man, what is happening right now? This is actually crazy. I wonder if it's just OBS messing with stuff here. Wait, what is my CPU usage? I'm at like less than 10% CPU usage. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know if you guys can actually tell. But like when I hit the arrow keys, well, also I should probably remember to turn off mouse acceleration. Oh, maybe that's it. Wait. All right, nothing crazy's happening in the game right now, so I might let this run and turn off mouse acceleration. Although I don't know why that would make things like this. All right. Applied. Okay, my mouse definitely feels more responsive at least. So that's good. That feels a lot better. Oh, the mouse feels good now. Okay. Okay, we're still scrolling a little bit slowly, but that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Okay, great. I guess that just means I won't be zipping around the map that fast. It's probably better. So it looks like we actually have a double SCV scout here from Marwin. He sent out quite a late double scout. But I guess if you're 1-rax FEing, you're not really changing the build that much. This is just kind of to see the spawn locations at this point, which is fine. And looks like a little SCV gonna get in here. A little bit of bug in action there. I think that missed like 1.5 rounds of firing. Why do my arrow keys feel like they have acceleration on? Is that even a thing? It's weird. Alright, so SCV guy gets in here, sees everything he needs to. Doesn't see the robo timing. But, you know, it is what it is. I feel like Marwin's in a good position from this opening. You get the faster expansion, and Rune is not really gonna punish this in any way. So, ooh, we got a siege tank in production, but he actually went Vulture speed first. Very interesting. See, normally you'd be rushing for siege mode, right? Because you'd be scared. You'd be having goons here attacking your bunker, and then you have to wait for the siege tank to push the goons away. But Rune has actually been super passive with his dragoons. Well, I say dragoons, but there's actually only one. Oh no, there's three now. Okay, the second one's actually chasing the second scouting SCV. So second scouting SCV comes in here, sees 3 gateways, sees a robo. This is nothing too serious. This is nothing for him to worry about. Is there going to be a support bait for a Reaver, or is he just going to go for the faster third without it? I guess we'll see. Interestingly, Marwin being super aggro here with just the 3 Marines and the tank wants to try and put some damage down on this Dragoon, but obviously he's not going to go out too far. I think it's so interesting though that Marwin was able to 1-rax expand and actually go double Vulture upgrades before siege mode. I think that's actually Runa making a mistake there. I don't think you should let the Terran do that. Like, the goons should have been shooting the bunker. Even if you 1-gate expand, I mean, what are you really scared of? You're not really scared of a super fast Vulture coming out, because your goon would get here before a Vulture could come out, right? So if the Vulture came out, you would see it, and if it was some kind of emergency, you could wall off your natural, like he's setting up to do. And we have some Vultures actually getting ready to backstab here, so this could be very bad. Oh, he actually sees it. All right, the obs is there. Can he close the wall here? Should probably just close it. Oh, got him. Yeah, I guess with these 2 goons coming in here, he didn't technically need to close the wall with the pylon. But I'm not sure if he realized that they were coming out, because they were just rallied to the front as well. Anyway, needs to be a little bit careful with these Dragoons though. That's 5 speed Vultures with a good number of mines. Interestingly, he actually lets the wall finish here, so Runa playing this super duper safe. Now the question is, are these goons gonna kill themselves? Is this command center faster? It is actually faster than the 3rd Nexus. So Marwin using that Vulture pressure to kind of keep the goons on the defensive, and also to keep the first observer back. Where is the first observer? Is this still here? This is the first observer. This is the second observer, and now it's just now going to the Terran base. So Runa has no idea about this fast 3rd command center, and by the time he finds out, it should be well defended enough that Runa can't really do anything about it. And there's also the risk, obviously, that, okay, sure, this entrance is walled off from Vultures, but, you know, obviously there's this big area here. So if Runa moves out and there's more Vultures waiting to backstab, he could just, you know, Marwin could come in here, kill all these probes with the 3rd. And that would obviously be sad times for the Protoss player. So it's actually kind of difficult to move out. If I were Runa, I might actually, well, as soon as I see this 3rd, I'm just gonna make another Nexus. I'm pretty sure that's what you need to do. So we got some mine clearing in the middle of the map now. I guess you could either take this mirror only, or you could take this one on the right side. I don't think it makes too much difference, to be honest. Relative to the 3rd base, they're kind of like equidistant. I suppose it depends on where you want to take your next base. So for example, if Mona would then want to take the well, I guess the 4th gas base or the 5th base at the right side main, then maybe going up this side is better. Whereas I guess if you go this way, you can come down and take the 3rd base here instead. But I guess maybe it's better to go to the right side because you want to get another main base, get some gateways up. So maybe taking the right side mineral only makes more sense. Or possibly even going straight to the main and ignoring that mineral only, depending on how you want to play it. Now I believe the main bases here though are quite big. Well no, they're not that big. No, not really. But there is an extra space, I guess, at your 3rd. You can put some more gateways here if you want, as well. And it looks like Runa's actually going to do neither of the things. So he's not going to take a mineral only, he's not going to take a main, or even the 3rd. He's going to go straight to the left side natural. Very interesting. That's more like what you might do on... Wait, what? Wait, was this like... Sorry, I had a coughing fit at how silly that looked. I guess his Robo must have been rallied here or something, for some reason. It's very strange. I can only assume that was a rally point. So Dragoon's gonna come in here. Interesting tank line. It's like a vertical tank line. Presumably you want to do it like that, but I guess it doesn't make a huge difference against Protoss. Looks like another command center under construction here from Marwin, actually deciding to play a long game. This could be quite interesting, actually, because for the most part, games in Gambit Cup on these new maps haven't gone super late, I feel, which kind of makes sense. You know, players aren't really comfortable on unfamiliar maps, so they tend to, ooh, that's lucky. They tend to play, you know, faster games to avoid having to figure out the new map features. Two Vultures somehow got in here. I guess that means that isn't Vulture tight. I actually didn't see how they got in here, but I was actually wondering if that was Vulture tight earlier. Oh, it's not even Dragoon tight. Oh no, unlucky. Wow, okay. Well, I guess, huh. I don't think that's the tight either, is it? Let's see if this Dragoon can come out. He needs to build something up here as well. That's interesting. And meanwhile, bottom left, though, has been walled off. And now, interestingly, Marwin, with this Vulture here, and also with a Vulture patrolling the top right, and with mines kind of covering this base, Marwin actually might not realize that Mona already has the 4th Nexus finished. This could actually be quite good for... No, I keep switching the names. I need to remember it's Runa. Yeah, this could actually be quite good for Runa. But Marwin is going to move out, though. He's not afraid. Now, there is an OBS here. So the OBS sees the move out, but this move out is more to secure this base. Now, I'm just going to zoom out a bit. How much space is there? Okay, there's a lot of space here, a lot of space here. Not a bad place to engage. It's like a little annoying, impassable area here. But it's quite a lot of open space to hold this position. Also, Protoss could potentially think about countering through here. It is kind of walled off, though, so it's not super easy to attack into, but Runa's just going to respond by taking another base himself. Interestingly, he's actually behind in supply compared to Marwin. But Marwin, you know, probably can't know that, so it's not terrible right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways only. It's going up to 8. That's actually quite low. I mean, he's going to have 5 bases. He needs way more than 8 gateways, obviously. Looks like Goon's just going to poke around the front here, but they're just doing some line clearing. It's nothing too serious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 factories against not even 8 gateways. The 7th and 8th are actually just building. So that's why Marwin had a supply lead there for a little while. Interestingly, Marwin actually the one floating money compared to Runa. It looks like a lot of Vultures are actually descending on the bottom left base. The 2 cannon wall at the front is not enough here. These are 1-0 Vultures, and it's just the sheer weight of numbers here is actually going to be enough. I think they're just going to kill every single probe here. A lot of Dragoons coming back, but they have to clear the mines first, and the probes are evacuating. But it looks like most of them are going to go down. And I think these half the Vultures at least... Oh man, what the heck happened there? That was a great stack. Did you guys see that? Oh man, that one probe somehow surviving, and that like stop on the stack there actually completely bugged out those Vultures. This, by the way, is a much better wall. As you can see, pylons have 600 HP, cannons only have 200. So if you want that not to happen in the future, or at least to give yourself some more time against the Vultures, obviously you should be walling with pylons. Now, there is in fact even another Nexus here. So 5 base Protoss against 4 base Terran right now. One of the Terran bases is a mineral only, with only 6 patches, whereas the Protoss actually has full bases. I imagine this is going to be a pretty normal 2-1 timing, although that feels a little bit late, to be honest. That's +2, right? What's the armor like? The armor's going to finish in time. For some reason, Marwin's +2 is going to be a little bit slow, so he won't actually have +2 for this. He might get his +1 armor by the time he gets to the Protoss base. Looks like +1 finished for Rune. He's got a High Templar here. I don't see... Okay, there's an Arbiter. Looks like he's got 1 spell ready. He's got 2 High Templars as well in the shuttle as and 2 Zealots here. That could be quite crucial. He's got to bring all these units to the front if he wants to fight. Looks like the first skirmish is happening. You can see Rune just trying to buy some time here. He's got to be careful though. He's losing control of his army a little bit here. Both players are maxed out. Rune, I feel, doesn't have enough gateways though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's only got 10 gateways. One of these isn't even rallied. Like, I think it's 10 gateways against 10 factories right now. So that's pretty bad. Are we going to see a big stasis? It looks like Marwin's just kind of stuck. Oh my god, a big stasis here could be huge. Or even storms. It looks like Runa's kind of sneaking up the left side here, just trying to buy some time. Marwin is double expanding though. Look at the top right. Marwin actually has 4,000 minerals and he's maxed out, so he's actually going to build 2 command centers at the top right bases. It looks like Runa's actually going for the counterattack here, going for some kind of base trade scenario, but he's going to eat a lot of spider mines as he tries to run through here. He's going to go and attack this mineral-only base that's more or less undefended here. Meanwhile, Marwin is attack moving down into the Protoss natural expansion. This is actually a very interesting situation. 1-1 finished for the Terran mech army, and Runa's army is actually, is he getting ready for a recall? I'm not really sure. I don't know where the Arbiter went, actually. I'll try and keep an eye on the minimap, but you can see Marwin's army is coming down now to take down the Protoss natural. He's going to cut off the rally point of the Protoss, and is also going to take down the 3rd base at the same time for free. I really don't know where the Arbiter went, but it looks like the main army is coming back. Okay, no, the Arbiter's just chilling over here. I don't even know if he has recall. I know he got stasis. Nothing researching. He's got 2 more Arbiters in the main base, but it looks like Marwin is the one who's actually won the game of chicken here, and is actually forced Runa's army back. But you can see Runa actually losing so much supply just to the rally point. This is a rally point sending units to their deaths here, and Runa also lost a lot of his zealots running through mines on the way back. He's lost the 3 o'clock base. He's under siege. You can see he needs to fix his rally points. He's not fixing his rally points here. He's just suiciding units. That's really, really bad, actually. He must have lost like a full control group of units just to the rally. Where are the 2 extra Arbiters? 2 Arbiters finally coming out here. 1 stasis each, and then he needs to go. All right, 1, 2, and then we go. All right, Zealots dragging in the mines. These goons at the bottom should probably come up, but he's mainly coming in from the top side. No Vulture support here for Marwin, though. This could be really good. What is the shuttle doing? Looks like the shuttle has already dropped its units, and it looks like it's going to be extremely close here. Where's the storm? There is a pretty good storm. That's another good storm. And I think Runa is barely going to get through. Actually, it looks like the vessel died, and Marwin doesn't use his comsat. But look at the supply difference, though. Marwin immediately almost remaxed. He's got the top right bases finished now. And I think Runa is pretty dead here, unfortunately, for Team Ripping. He's going to grab these few tanks. I don't think Marwin cares that much about it. It's like 2-0 versus 2-1 now. And Marwin has actually discovered the bottom left base. He's going to head down over there now. The wall obviously going to do nothing. Are there any gateways here? 2 gateways here. Should probably make some DTs from these. The emergency DTs. Zealots aren't really going to cut it, I would imagine. But I guess we shall see. And these probes are all going to die. Where's the Protoss army? It's clearing mines. Down to 100 supply. This game is pretty over. It's pretty over. I mean, Runa just kind of needed more gateways, I guess. I didn't actually see what the money count was like at the first engagement. I think Marwin actually had a bigger bank than Runa. But Runa's left the game. Hey, we did it. But yeah, 10 gateways against 10 factories is not really gonna cut it, unfortunately. But good effort by Runa, and that means though that Team iFU is now up 2-0 in the series. It is a best-of-5 clan war. Of course, the first match was a walkover, a no-show from Bishu. So we'll be going on to game number 3, which is going to be a ZVZ actually. between Eon Zerg and Nogrim. That's gonna be very interesting. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, spawning at the top left here as the blue Zerg on Circuit Breaker, it is going to be ripping Nogrim. And at the top right is the red Zerg, it will be iFU Eon Zerg. Now this is quite an interesting match because there was a tiny bit of drama between these guys, I believe in Clash for Char, one of the earlier Clash for Chars, where these guys faced each other in the finals. And Nogrim actually took out Eon Zerg 3-1, where the only game that Eon Zerg won was actually due to a disconnect. So yeah, and there was a little bit of trash talking going on there as well. The classic. Alright, so both players going for the vertical scout. Seems good. Now, is anyone going to go for the 12 hatch? It's always interesting to see kind of the mind games going on, like who's going to do what build in ZVZ. Especially since this is just a best of one between these players, right? They're only going to play the one game. It's not a best of series. It's going to be over something for both players. Let's see, at 200 minerals, are they going to build anything, or are we going to have 12 something? Looks like it's going to be 12 something from both. And it is indeed 12 something. 12 pool from Nogrim. 12 hatch from Eon Zerg. Interesting. So, excuse me. So Eon Zerg, in theory, has the build order advantage here. And since the scouting is going to be equal, this is pretty good for Eon Zerg. Pretty good. Obviously, he's saving up money now to build his spawning pool. Now, it's almost certainly going to be a 12 pool expand here from Nogrim. That, of course, is kind of the safer, more standard version of the 12 hatch. Well, I guess it's not a version of the 12 hatch. That doesn't really make any sense, does it? Those words didn't actually make that much sense. But it's fine, because I said them. So, what do we have here? By the way, guys, I am trying to do a slightly more chill cast compared to usual. I am still a bit sick. I'm trying really hard not to cough, like, constantly. So every now and then if I mute myself, it's because I'm, like, coughing horribly in the background, spitting my guts out. Just like that. So, Overlords passing through. This doesn't get, well, the only thing this gives away is they both went for an Overlord first build and no 9 pool. So that's a little bit of information. So Eon Zerg seeing this Overlord probably is really happy because he knows he's not going to die to a 9 pool. And he's immediately going to build a sunken colony because he doesn't know what's happening. Nogrim, again, also doesn't know what's happening. You know, this could have potentially been like an overpull from Eon Zerg, so he doesn't want to be too aggro yet, at least until he confirms what the build is. And now he's going to confirm it. Now he knows it's 12 hatch, obviously, because hatchery's already finished, got some creep spreading. His one's just finishing now, so he's not... He knows the builds. Now the question is, what does he do here? So, you know, people like to talk about, you know, build order counters and stuff. But the legendary Day 9 himself said that build order counters in ZVZ, they don't exist, man. That's why Jaedong has like an 80% win rate, because there's always little things you can take advantage of. For example, faster speed here. If he can make a run in past the sunken into the main, that could do devastating damage. Obviously, he's also going to have a faster lair timing. Spire timing. Well, actually, no, never mind. Just kidding. He has a slower lair. Well, it's actually pretty much the same. It's pretty close here. But he has the speed. All right. I got it 50% right. That's a pass. All right. We got a pass here. But yes, spire timing is basically the same. This difference is going to be negligible given the travel distances. And here we go. Speedlings. Just gonna poke in here. Just kind of scaring Eon Zerg a little bit, making sure he keeps making Zerglings. Now, what is the drone count right now? 8 on minerals, 3 on gas, nothing at the natural. Actually, it looks like it's 1. No, there's nothing at the natural. 8 and 3 and 2 more here, so 2 drone advantage for Eon Zerg. So not so great for Eon Zerg. Another thing is that these static defenses are also really nice because, you know, a very common tactic that Zergs in ZVZ like to try is, for example, you might, if you're Nogrim, you might hide 2 Zerglings, let's say down here, and you might wait for Eon Zerg to leave his base and then try and backstab with 2 Zerglings and kill a bunch of drones if he's not paying attention. But this sunken colony makes that much more difficult, right? If only 2 Zerglings come in here, then they won't be able to get past the sunken, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, did that miss? I think that sunken shot actually missed. Interesting. So this Zergling's actually gonna get in here and see the spire timing. It doesn't. I mean, you know, knowing that it was a 12 hatch, I don't think Eon Zerg's too surprised about this timing. He also knew that it was speed first from how quickly the speed finished, I'm pretty sure. So at best, that kind of just gives an idea. It also did see the sunken here. I didn't actually realize Nogrim built his own sunken colony. That must have been because he made a few extra drones. Yeah, so he's got 3 more drones than when I last checked. What about the drone count here? It's actually the same. So Nogrim actually made 2 drones of his own. So now the drone count, I believe, is identical. I believe it's 12, something like 15 each. 14 each, possibly. And it looks like, hey, we got the first engagement in the middle of the map. Scourge versus Muta from both sides here. Eonzerg actually taking a lot of damage from the Scourge. I think Nogrim actually has microed this better, but there are 2 more Scourge here from Eonzerg. Can he out-micro them? It looks like he can. He's got a drone wandering out for some reason. I think that's probably a misrally or something. But it looks like Eonzerg taking way more Scourge hits. And gonna lose 2 more Scourge here. So 4 Muta still in the flock for Nogrim. I don't know where okay, there we go. Eonzerg is down to 3, one of them severely damaged by the Muta hit. He's going to be making some more here. Any upgrades from either player? It looks like... No. No upgrades. Alright. 41 to 40 supply. Very, very close. I think at this point, you know, the fact that Nogrim microed that slightly better and took a small advantage in the air probably nullifies the 12 hatch advantage. Also the fact that, you know, he managed to sneak in those extra 2 drones. So I would say now this game is completely up in the air. And it's all going to come down to the micro and possibly the upgrade as well. Nogrim opting to get the armor upgrade, the carapace upgrade for his Mutalisks. Nothing yet in the Spire for Eonzerg. Now, of course, this upgrade is going to take a little while to finish. It's going to take quite a while to finish. So if Eonzerg just attacks before this is done, then, you know, he will, or he should have a slight advantage in the fact that he didn't have to spend the extra gas on this upgrade. He will have it in his Scourge, in his Mutalisks. But again, because he lost, he got the shorter end of the stick on the early exchange, it probably evens out a little bit here. So here we go. Here we're going to see Nogrim, he's got more Mutas, but Eonzerg's got more Scourge. 8 Mutas against 9, 10 Mutas now, and here we go. How good are the Scourge connections going to be? I'm just going to try and follow Nogrim's Muta to see how many Scourge connections. 2 Scourge connections only. The rest of the units, though, are here at the natural. Mutalink coming in, the Sunken Colony helping a lot. And Eonzerg throwing away all of his Zerglings here. I don't think that was worth it. That was an interesting idea to come in at the same time. But I'm not sure why he thought the Zerglings here would actually do anything, because I thought Nogrim already had all his Zerglings still. Mass Overlord migration here to the bottom left. Looks like one Zergling actually just patrolling around the bottom, just making sure Eonzerg isn't taking any hidden expansions. Looks like some more Wyker going down here, but Eonzerg can't really do too much. And again, once this actually gets to the point of Carapace being finished, Nogrim is going to have a massive advantage in the Muta on Muta fight. Of course, Carapace won't help against Scourge, so if Eonzerg continues to make a lot of Scourge and try and hit them in, maybe that's going to counteract that. But we've seen Nogrim have some pretty good Muta micros, so I don't think that's necessarily the best idea either. And then when it comes down to the straight up Muta fight, whoa! Eonzerg somehow forgetting a Muta here at the front. Very strange. Very strange indeed. I'm not sure how that happened. He must have brought it forward while he was microing earlier and just forgot about it. I mean, the thing is, you know, one Muta being given for free like that can be a deciding factor in a ZVZ, because these engagements are always so close. You know, everything is so delicate in ZVZ. Both players now taking the side expansions. Another bunch of Scourge hit. Actually, Eonzerg, for some reason, most of his Scourge just collided into Nogrim's Scourge. They didn't actually get targeted into the Mutas. 10 Mutas remaining for Nogrim against 10 of Eonzerg, but Nogrim's Mutas are healthier here. He doesn't have the Carapace yet. Now the Carapace finishes. Now he has the massive advantage. He brings in Mutalisks from home as well, because he's much closer. And here we go. 9 Mutas against only 3. And Nogrim, look at the supply advantage right now for Nogrim. Nogrim is taking this game. Eonzerg is just sending out random Scourge to try and help out. But look at this. Eonzerg really not showing the best air control here in this game. Oh, man. Unfortunate. Now, at least Eonzerg is able to keep his 3 o'clock base here. Nogrim not committing to the follow-up attack here. I'm going to have another engagement in the middle of the map. You can see such a big supply difference and an upgrade difference in favor of Nogrim. Eonzerg still not getting anything, but it looks like we might have a counterattack here. It looks like one Zergling actually going to spot this. Nogrim actually had the vision prepared, and you can see he's coming back here to try and intercept the Mutas and Scourge. This could be the deciding engagement. He's trying to find out where they are, and here we go. Scourge and Muta coming in here. it looks like a couple of connections from both sides, and then mostly the Scourge just kill each other. 9 mutas against only 4. Wow, Nogrim, huge advantage. He's also started to mine this third gas, whereas Eonzerg, he has the hatchery finished, but he hasn't actually taken the gas just yet. Doesn't really want to risk it. Looks like, meanwhile, a bunch of Lynx actually going for the backstab here. Eonzerg realizing he has to make some kind of moves to make the comeback in this series. He is way, way, way behind. And here we go, Speedling's running in. The Sunken Colony is not going to do too much, actually, against the run-by, obviously. So this is going to buy Eonzerg some time, potentially going to snipe some of these drones. The mutas are coming back here. How good is the drone drilling is the question. Looks like Eonzerg changing direction to go for the gas drones. I see 1 drone, I think 2 drones dead. Is that 2 drones dead? It looks like to me. For something like 10 Zerglings, it's not the best exchange for Eonzerg. And Nogrim is just playing this super duper safe here. Does not want to throw the game away in any sort of fashion. Of course, this is kind of a survival game for Team Ripping, since they are down 0-2 in the series. And it looks like Nogrim is coming in here potentially for the final blow here. Eonzerg with only 7 mutas. Nogrim appears to have more than 1 control group of mutas, actually. I guess he has at least 13 here, although maybe not anymore, but it doesn't even matter. Look at this, he's just running away from a few of the Scourge, but 10 mutas to 1. And this has got to be the end for Eonzerg. Eonzerg losing everything. Ling's even coming now to the 3 o'clock base, and GG from Eonzerg. Nogrim takes down the 3rd set and will keep Team Ripping alive in the clan war. We are going on to set number 4, and I believe... Actually, wait, what do I believe? What race is Mers? Is Mers Zerg? He's Zerg, right? Okay, so I believe this is a TVZ between Cryok and Mers. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, spawning at the bottom left position is the yellow Terran. No, he is Terran, damn! See, my initial thought was that he was Terran, and then I changed my mind. I doubted myself, and I changed to Zerg. But I thought he was Terran. Why did I change my mind to Zerg? Wait, did I originally think he was Zerg, and then I was told he was Terran? And then this time I thought he was Terran, and I changed to Zerg because I thought people would say I'm wrong? Whatever. Alright, so Mers here at the bottom left, Cryok at the bottom right. Wait, top right. It's okay, figure it out eventually, guys. Don't worry. Alright, coming out on Planum again. Since this is a TVT, hopefully that means I actually have some time to look around the map a little bit. But yeah, we actually saw Mers play on this map. I think against Funny. It was a TVP, I can't remember if it was against Funny or not. But he actually was in such a good position and kind of threw it away in the late game. I'm pretty sure he was super far ahead at some point in the, he got maxed out, he was like killing bases. Funny wasn't able to do anything, but Funny just did a few good recalls and pulled himself back. Oh, and Funny also made like 4 scouts in that game, I think. I think it was Funny. Anyway, so I'm revealing the map here. So if we look at the main base, it's got a narrow ramp down into the natural area, which we'll look at in a bit. But the back of the main has this mineral wall that leads basically into another base with a wide ramp. So you can take this base if you want with a regular gas base, or you can just build a command center inside your main and you get kind of a free mineral only. It's not really free though, obviously, because units can shoot it from the other side, but it's somewhat protected, obviously. Looks like proxy racks, by the way, or forward barracks from Cryok. It's mainly just to scout faster, I think. Now if we go to the natural, you can see that there is a wide ramp coming down. There's this really narrow path from natural to natural, the same as on Blue Storm, so I think large units cannot pass through here. And interestingly, if you go down here, there's another small mineral wall. I believe these are 64 minerals each, and they go down to another third base. So like in TVP, I think you can just mine this out, and you can come down, take this third base, you can wall this off, it's like a super easy third base. And then there's like expansions around the side. I'm just gonna quickly show the middle of the map. I don't think anything too crazy is happening so far. It's like factory on the way. Yeah, you can see everything's just kind of kind of chilling. But the middle of the map is actually very much like Blue Storm. So if we go out from the, this is the natural. If we go out from the natural, there's the middle narrow path, and then you go into the high ground, and there's another middle only here, and it's basically like a, you can see on the mini map, like two kind of diagonal high ground platforms, pretty much exactly the same as on Blue Storm. And then there's like, you know, then there's like more expansions on the side. There's like the 12 o'clock, and then there's kind of like the top left. But these are fairly normal. But yeah, this I just feel like Platinum is such a great kind of compromise between a standard map and, you know, having some non-standard features. Like normally I'm not a fan of maps like Outsider, for example, where it really forces a crazy playstyle. But I feel like Platinum is such a great map because it has the weird map features, but they're kind of used in a very in a way that you can play this, like if you want to pretend this is Fighting Spirit, you can play this like Fighting Spirit for at least the early mid game, right? You can take your natural, you know, you can ignore the mineral wall back here, just pretend that's a terrain feature. Don't worry about that. Take your natural, you know, you got like a little entrance here, but it's pretty easy to defend. And then when you want to, you can mine this out. You can get a very easy third base down here. You can wall this off as well if you want. I guess in TBT you're not really going to wall things, but you know, in TBP for example, you can wall things. Or in PBZ, for example, I think this is a pretty easy third base to take. So that's all pretty good stuff. Meanwhile, it looks like we got two fact vultures here from Cryok versus the fast expansion of Murs. So gonna see some aggro coming out. There are two factories constructed now from Murs, but he is going for the siege tank first, presumably. Yeah, he's going for the siege tank first. So it's gonna be quite an aggro opening from Cryok. Now, it's, again, I don't think vultures can actually go through here, so it's mainly this entrance that Murs has to worry about, but it's going to be tricky for him to defend this with just basically the single siege tank. He's getting spider mines for himself. He's going to have to be careful of the vulture aggression here, and it looks like Cryok actually using this high ground against him. There are 3 marines though, but here we go. More vultures coming in, and thanks to the speed, they come in so quickly, and look at this. Cryok taking this down. I think Murs actually needs to pull these SCV back and block the ramp for the siege tank. What he needs to do, he needs to block the siege tank. He needs to not let the vultures actually lay mines on top of this siege tank. The siege tank is the key to the defense right here. You can see he's just fighting around. He's gonna not blow himself up with the mines! Oh my god. I think with the mass repair he should be okay though. Vultures really don't do that much damage to siege tanks. Yeah. So basically Murs needs to just camp his ramp right now. And it's not terrible. He didn't lose too many SCVs, and he has the second command center anyway. It looks like he's actually not even gonna pull this back. He's just gonna keep this here and build a comm set so that he can actually scan, get an additional scanner to scan for the mines. Looks like getting his armory as well. And in the meantime, I'm not too sure what... Okay, looks like Cryok is actually following up the siege tank. So Cryok actually going to try and use this position. Oh my god, Cryok! Whoa, he actually just pushed 2 vultures to the top left. Cryok the god actually did the landing trick where he actually pushed 2 vultures through the middle only. He's trying to do it again. Look, he's gonna get one more through. Oh, he's not quite gonna get one more through. But that is such a difficult technique to do. But if you can actually cue a land onto the thing, holy moly. Fury Jones says rewind. Wait, guys, I'm gonna rewind for a second. That was insane. That was really cool. Wait, let's rewind for a second. All right, wait. So I need to go back a little bit more. I hope nobody minds. Let's have a look. Let's have a look how he did it. All right. Excuse me. All right, so basically, you can start the land command on the barracks, and then move the vultures under it while the sequence is already in progress, and you can see it bugs the vultures through. Oh my god, he did it perfectly. He did it perfectly on the first try, and got 2 vultures straight into the back of the main. That is so good. I did not even think of that. But wow, Cryok, man. Cryok showing us one way to abuse the map here on Platinum, forcing all the SCVs out from the main base here. Mainly, he only got 1 SCV kill, so it's mainly just causing some lost mining time. But what a nice move there from Cryok. I think he's trying still, but it's a little bit hard now with only 2 of the vultures. Because he needs to push them through just the edge on this side. It won't work if they go into this gap. You can see they'll just like go into the gap, it's fine. But what a move. Alrighty. So I hear some siege tanks. Whoa, hello. Looks like the follow-up 2 siege tanks have started to siege. Oh, they actually killed 1 siege tank. That's pretty good. But here are the mines. Yeah, this is why the solo tanks not so hot. Oh, like I said, solo tanks not so hot. Don't hit the mines. Luckily, the tank is long range. You can just kind of chill here. It doesn't need to move out. There's the scan. Just take care of that. Man, it's actually a really exciting game. Cryok is taking his own expansion right now. He's a slight supply lead, but it's nothing too serious yet. Also, especially since it's TVT, it's pretty fine. But I love how aggro Cryok is being here because he knows, you know, this is a high ground platform down into the natural, so you can get basically like a really solid contain up here. Now the thing is though, this obviously is a really narrow exit for your main base. So breaking up here, if Cryok holds this position, it's going to be very difficult for Murs to break up here. Especially with the scouting barracks as well, giving him vision. Oh man, he's actually pulling out SCVs though. Although I was going to continue that thought. But first, we are going to have a break up here. 1 tank down for each player, and we're moving up here. The tanks are trying to do the hug of death. Trying to give this siege tank the good old Reddit hug of death. But 2 more tanks coming out for Cryok, and they have to turn back here. The thing is, Murs, he doesn't need to be like overly crazy about holding this position, to be honest. All he needs is a floating building to give himself vision. But I don't think he needs to like sack all his SCVs just to hold this high ground. It looks like he's actually managed to push away the position. He's gonna hold this right now. Now the reason I say this is he can just have tanks kind of like back here, give himself some vision so that it's hard for Cryok to move down, and he can just mine out this area and go out the other side. Right? Like, that's not the only exit to the base. He could even, you know, in theory, mine out... What? I guess Murs actually trapped an SCV back here somehow. And just killed it. That's weird. Yeah, but I mean, in theory, he could also mine this out. It's only got 1,000 minerals per patch. So it's not that hard to even mine out that area. I guess to be fair, though, if he did give up this position, this is all part of the ramp. And that's kind of... I think just maybe in siege range of the command center. Like if you put a tank here, I'm pretty sure that's in siege range. Well, actually, it's pretty close. I'm not 100% sure. That's like really close. But that could be annoying. It might even just like range or comsat or something, which is also annoying. Alright, it's like 4 factories. Got the armory spinning. Barracks in here for Murs probably should come in here and see what's going on. I don't know why it's just chilling at the natural, to be honest. Meanwhile, it looks like we have some exchanges going on at the front here. Oh, boom. Pretty even exchanges. Yoink. And Murs losing control of this bit, of this platform once again here. Murs is actually down 20 supply though. Look at this. Murs doesn't seem to have been making SCVs, or possibly just lost too many. Okay, he's making SCVs from the main command center. Okay, he's making some now, but look at the saturation. Only 8 SCVs. 9 SCVs possibly on the natural expansion. That's really bad. Very, very bad. I mean, that was the piece of advice that Firebat Hero gave to us at the Italian Esports Open when we were having dinner after the event concluded. Koget was like, "Hey man, what advice do you have for us?" And Firebat Hero was like, "Well, I recommend that you hotkey your command centers and your nexuses, and you never stop building SCVs and probes." That's actually what he said, like in completely serious as well. And I was like, damn, there you go, guys. See, this is what Murs needs to do. He needs to keep making SCVs. Otherwise, they don't have SCVs. So I have to keep looking back here. It's like constant skirmishing. Meanwhile, I like that Cryok also knows that the second exit is here. So you can see Murs has started to mine this out. And Cryok is just giving himself a little bit of vision. Doesn't have any tanks here yet, doesn't need those. He's gonna set up a nice little arc here, I guess, on the high ground. In the meantime, again, this barracks should probably just come in here and see what's going on. I mean, maybe he just scanned it anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but Still seems suboptimal. It'd also be suboptimal if you lost the barracks to a missile turret. Seems like it probably shouldn't happen. Anyway. Looks like we got a Wraith now from Murs, just to give himself a little bit of vision and harassment. I guess he already had the eBay for vision. Whoa, what? Why? Wait, who actually shot there? Interesting. Krok, by the way, is taking his third base at the 12 o'clock. He's already mined out that gap, it looks like. Okay, but he's shuffling up. He's doing the shuffle. Here we go. Nice siege shot. But the Vulture's coming in now for Kryok as well. But the other tank has been taken down. But it looks like, oh man, just taking this low ground position is so annoying. And Kryok using his Vultures to tank some of the damage here. It looks like a second building might actually die to a missile turret. No, never mind. Kryok just with a lock on this position. He's got mines blocking the other side as well as an SCV. He's taking his own third base here. So Kryok really making good use of the terrain and of the aggro opening. Oh my god, wow, we got a move in here from Kryok as well here. He definitely wants to just hold this engagement, just using that high ground advantage, using that Vulture advantage, and he's going to take this down. Yep, there we go. 2 tanks still alive, 4 tanks still alive on this high ground. No tanks left here. We're just got to be careful his rally point isn't too far forward as well. He's queuing up some more raids here. He's only got the 3 factories actually against 5. So that's really giving Kryok the unit edge. You can see the supply difference is actually just constantly increasing. He's trying to use the Wraiths to help keep these units back, but here come the Goliaths. And there goes the eBay. Oh man. This is bad news, Bears. Interestingly, Kryok not actually taking his third gas yet. Normally you want to take those gases ASAPly in TBT, but here we go. SCVs coming out. Tank line against tank line. Goliaths in the back to support. A lot of SCVs here, but he should be targeting the tanks here. You should be manually targeting the tanks in this kind of situation. He's blowing himself up a little bit due to the splash damage, but look at Murs yet again losing so many SCVs. Oh man, nice repair on the lead tank as well. And as I mentioned, it looks like this is barely in the siege range. So Murs now is pretty dead. He's at 47 supply against 126, and it's looking like Kryok is going to close this out as a 3-1 victory for Team iFU. By the way, guys, this is the first round of the playoffs. This is effectively the winner's bracket semi-final. The top, basically, there was a group stage, a round-robin stage previously with all 6 teams. The top 2 from each group. There was a Group A and a Group B. The top 2 from each group got into the winner bracket semi-final. It is overall a double elimination bracket for the playoffs. The other 2 teams, SAS and NB, are in the have started basically in the losers bracket since they did finish 5th and 6th in the tournament. And oh man, Vulture's coming in the back here. Looks like Kryok actually coming in the back way. Murs opened the door for him, an instant GG with the wave of Vultures coming from the flank. Murs unable to hold on anymore, and Kryok takes the 3-1 victory for Team iFU. So iFU advance to the winner bracket finals